Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Before we start a discussion on this, I'd like the opportunity to discuss the progress we have made on the Chuck E. Cheese matter. Presenting this evening is a Miss Chris Kelly, the Regional Vice President, who is also responsible for the store in our community, as well as their local attorney, Mark Karziak. Since the last time we discussed this matter, we have received the second and final report from Chuck E. Cheese security consultant, Donald Green, who was present and monitored activities at Chuck E. Cheese on Saturday, October 29th, 2016. In addition, since that time, I have visited the store, and I can confirm that all of the safety improvements set forth in this report are completed. Further, I've spoken with Chief Murray on this issue, and we confirmed that there have been no major issues of any concern since these security problems, security changes have put in place. And in that discussion, the chief sends me every report on anything generated in that shopping center, anything from parking issues to major issues. Also, 3 residents have expressed interest in forming a public safety review committee to address not only Chuck E. Cheese, but other safety matters within the community. These residents currently include 1 representative from District 5, 1 from District 6, and 1 from my own district, District 4. Unfortunately, I have not received any response to our request from other districts. However, should anyone like to be part of the committee, I would strongly encourage them to do so and to contact me directly through the village website. It is the goal of this committee to review this matter for any alternative recommendations than those proposed by Chuck E. Cheese. I would further like to emphasize that past actions will not be tolerated, and should these new safety commitments fail to resolve these issues, I will move forward under the relevant village ordinances to proceed with disciplinary proceedings against the business license. With that, I'd like to open the floor. Chuck E. Cheese, you're here. You have a presentation you'd like to make on this?
I'm good with your comments.
Okay.
The reply was he was good with your comments. Yeah, I'm just repeating because there's no microphone back there. That's okay.
All right, thanks. Any further comments from the trustees here on the issue?
Yes. Why don't we have the gentleman come up, sir?
Yes, why don't you step up to the podium?
Bob, your question, please.
Thank you. It's really some comments. I do want to point out that I did put your request in my newsletter, and
Yes,
I did have 3 residents that volunteered. I have asked one of them to serve on your committee, and I haven't heard back from that resident yet, but I will send it. As soon as I do, I will send it. You know, we essentially have been addressing issues, or we've been hearing about issues at Chuck E. Cheese for at least 4 years now. And to say that we monitor the activities on one particular night and that these new safety measures are somehow anything different than we've already tried, I think are insufficient. The issue here is the safety of children and their families. I believe we need to be more proactive about protecting business patrons, residents and their children, our first responders, and the reputation of Oak Lawn as a place that offers a safe environment for families to shop and be entertained. There have been shootings. Security police have been assaulted. Innocent people just trying to have an enjoyable evening have been victimized, and numerous incidents of assault and battery and scores of 911 emergency calls come in every year. I acknowledge that the management at Chuck E. Cheese has been cooperative. They've tried to do whatever they've been asked to do. But more security cameras and rules of conduct signs are not enough. We need to face the fact that after 4 years of a situation that has only deteriorated and continues to get worse, that hard action needs to be taken. This business does pose a danger to the public health, safety, and welfare of not only our residents, but also children and the first responders. We should serve them notice. that we are seeking to revoke their business license for cause and to hold those public hearings. That would be my recommendation.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, just as a follow-up,
I actually have a question.
Chuck E. Cheese has had these kind of problems far more than 4 years. As a police chief, I was well aware of problems at Chuck E. Cheese. And it wasn't until I became a trustee, within my first months, that anything was done to address the issues. Previous boards, and I believe you sat on those boards for years, you may be unaware of the problems, but I never saw any action taken. In meeting with the representatives of Chuck E. Cheese on the issues, they've been very, very cooperative and have taken many steps, okay, on my recommendation and their recommendations to improve the environment within Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not going to get into the details of those improvements, but they took many, many improvements. Now, you're correct, some of these problems stem, and that's why we're here and talking about this for the past month. But in all fairness to a successful business where hundreds of people, thousands of people bring their families and enjoy that environment, before we close a very successful business that provides recreational opportunities for many families, because of the problems is just a very few, we owe Chuck E. Cheese the opportunity to address these issues, to do the due process before we take these heavy-handed steps to shut down a business. And that's why I've taken on this committee. I am not in disagreement with you, Trustees, on what we need to do there in the future should these problems persist. But a good village and a good board must allow this business every opportunity to solve the problems that we've identified. And I am committed to that through the due process before we employ our attorneys to the tune of thousands of dollars, okay, to try to shut down a business. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Desmond.
Well, I think Trustee Vogt addressed some of my concerns. When did Chuck E. Cheese actually open for business in Oak Lawn?
1984.
It's been a pretty long time. No, I think I asked this at a previous. I remember the more serious incident, I believe, at Chuck E. Cheese's was when there was, I guess, a shootout
Yes. in
outside the door. Now, when did that happen?
That was, I think, 2012. Thank you.
And I'm still surprised that there was no, that nothing really happened after that incident. I mean, when did they give up their liquor license?
That was after an incident. We were going to have a hearing, and they voluntarily surrendered it in mid to late 2014 or 2013.
So 2 years after that incident?
1 year, when we took office, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Trustee
Madam Mayor.
Barry.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate what Trustee Vorder is doing. I mean, he's obviously we've taken advice from council as well, right?
Correct.
And it's easy to come on with a heavy hand, and but we have to do it sensibly. And I think giving this business an opportunity to do make all the efforts to make it a safe establishment, it's the right way to go. But you've been firmly. I appreciate you addressing the issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, this is a politically charged incident. We can't just go with the political solution. We need to do this right, and I believe we're moving forward as a board.
So how many patrons of Chuck E. Cheese are there a year at this location? Do you know? Was it 100,000?
Yes, we do about 100,000 visitors each year.
Okay. Okay.
Are you experiencing problems like this at other locations?
There have been a few incidents across the country. I'm not familiar with all of them. I'm pretty locked into my region here. I've been the regional vice president for 4 years in this area. So I've been working very closely with the Oak Lawn restaurant and the enhancements that our security experts have done. And we've been very transparent with the board to let you guys know exactly what we're doing.
And one other point, since these security corrections have been done, there hasn't been an incident. Since we started addressing this in the early spring, we have not had an incident. We've had a couple of calls there, completely uncustomer related, an employee, disgruntled employee that quit. So I hope that what we've done here will solve our village concerns, okay? But
We also do.
so we will move forward with what we've set up, I think.
So I want to just draw attention to one other thing. Since these conversations, Trustee Vorder, have been started, you have refocused your attention on Oak Lawn as a community that you're part of. And you've had a fundraiser for the Children's Museum recently.
That's correct.
And one for our Children's Hospital. And I view that as a positive thing. I'm hopeful that the security measures will make a difference. I am not entirely convinced of it. You do deserve due process. You are a longtime business in our community, and as Trustee Vorder said, a lot of people are very happy with Chuck E. Cheese who do patronize your establishment. So, you know, it just really can't continue as it has been, and I think you've really made the effort. The big question we have is if this doesn't work, what next? And it really must work, or it will be it. And you know, it's very tough situation, but nothing's more important than our children.
Yeah, we're
so.
committed to do whatever we need to do, work with the committee, and any recommendations that they have, we'll certainly do.
Thank you. Trustee Carberry.
More importantly, I appreciate the documentation. It shows all the different things from lighting to interior lighting, exterior lighting, all the changes that you made.
Yes, sir.
You document it, which is good. But with that, now you got to measure what's working and what's not, and what else you can do, right?
That's correct.
So if we can, you know, this committee is going to be meeting that Trustee Vorder put together. How often can they expect updates on all the changes, how it's, you know, when it's been implemented, how it's working, what else we could do?
I think that there's a pretty good pipeline from Chuck E. Cheese to you folks. I think you guys might know about something sometimes before I get the phone call if
So
something happens.
that's what Trustee Vorder, that's what we need, right? The committee and.
Well, I'll have the reports, and when I have incidents first off, I'll have an informational meeting, and perhaps one of your representatives can come to my first meeting with my
Absolutely.
committee, and we can talk about the history and the whole plan for the future. And then what I intend on doing is having periodic meetings with this committee based on calls for service at your place. We're not going to meet just ad hoc. When in fact I have an incident that I need some guidance from the community, this board gets some input from the community, we'll move forward with what we're going to do in the future.
Okay.
Great. Any other discussion? Okay, thank you, Trustee Vorder. Thank you for
Thank you for
coming
your-
out. Thank you, Chuck E. Cheese, for being here. I hope it's a while till we see you again, but very nice that you're here today. Thank you very much.